You are listening to the Urban Sports Scene on Empire Media. That's at empiremedia.com. Welcome to HBCU Corner. You know, it's our HBCU segment, and I am excited to introduce our guest today. And our guest has an extensive hoops resume that includes nearly 3 decades of coaching experience. Our guest coaching journey includes notable stops at the likes of major D1 programs such as UTEP, Auburn, and Memphis. He's credited with guiding a turnaround of the University of South Carolina State men's basketball program in his lone season as head coach. He is currently charged with leading a talented group of student athletes heading into his first season as head men's basketball coach at Alabama State University. Welcome to the Urban Sports Scene, Coach Tony Madlock. What's up, Coach?
What's up, fellas? How you guys doing, man?
We're great, doing good. It's Friday. We should be all excited. It's Friday.
No doubt. And we got college football going on. So
I know that's right.
That's right.
I know you were excited last Saturday that Howard Alabama State game. That was a good game.
Really good game, man. It was exciting, man, to be in Atlanta and to find a way to win that game, man, with all the delays with the weather. But it was a big time game, man. Big time win for Coach Robinson.
Especially exposure, right? You know, being on that platform. We're talking about ESPN.
Yeah, no doubt. Anytime that we can get on a major network and be on ESPN on a Saturday night, hey, you can't beat that.
Definitely. All right, so Coach, I'm not very familiar with Alabama State, so I want you to tell me some fun facts about Alabama State.
Well, the first thing that we're in the SWAC conference. You know, you got the MEAC and you got the SWAC for Division I HBCU men's basketball, and you know, it's in Montgomery, Alabama, the capital of Alabama. And it is the reason I took this job is because of the resources here, the fan support, the city of Montgomery, the community facilities. I mean, it's a great place.
How's the food in Alabama? How's the food over there? I'm a foodie, man. I need to know this type of stuff.
I got you. I'm from Memphis, man. So I'm like you. You know, we like to go out and eat, and so yeah, a lot of great restaurants here.
Awesome. The barbecue good down there?
It's good. It's good. But you know, I don't know if it's Memphis barbecue, but it's good.
See, that's why I asked you. It's like it's a Memphis barbecue. That's why I asked.
Yeah, well, but I'm biased though, so you know how that goes.
Is Memphis barbecue? Is that that's a wet rub, right? That's not a dry rub, correct?
Yeah, it's both. It's both. You can go either way.
See, he's in Memphis. I'm a 3 6 Mafia fan. You say Memphis, I get hyped. You know, I love 3 6 Mafia. That's a whole different discussion.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm 8-ball MJG. So
that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm a little older.
Oh, I know. I love it. I love the Bad Boy album when they came on Bad Boy. I was like, oh, okay. This is. Yeah. I was surprised to be that good. I was like, on Bad Boy, I'm used to the old stuff, but on Bad Boy, I was like, okay, it's not bad.
No doubt.
All right, so
go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go right. No, go ahead.
Coach, you played at Memphis in the early 90s. You just said you're a little older with Penny Hardaway. We just want to know, what was that experience like playing with Penny?
Well, it's great, man. I get that question asked a lot, of course. You know, being from Memphis and Penny being from Memphis, and you know, we grew up, you know, watching each other's game. I'm a couple years older than Penny, but playing AAU together for a couple years, and then of course when he got to Memphis, man, he was the #1 high school recruit in the country, and then of course, you know, back in those days, man, usually our whole team at the Tigers were from Memphis or surrounding area. And so we had, you know, at that time you could have 15 scholarship guys. And I think my senior year, I think maybe 13 was from Memphis. So just, you know, it's just crazy. And then when Penny comes on campus, and of course, being the #1 player in the country, and it just took us to a whole nother level. And that's why, you know, that my senior year, which was his first year playing, you know, we made a big run, and we made it to the Elite Eight my senior year.
I remember that was a tough squad. They were called Memphis State back then, right?
Memphis State, man. So that's what's on my degree. Memphis State is on my degree.
So, Coach, we can get right into it. So, Ray mentioned last year you coached for South Carolina State. So so that was in the MEAC. So how excited are you to move from the MEAC to the SWAC? And the SWAC has so much, because the SWAC has so much buzz right now.
Yeah, no doubt. And a lot of that goes with Coach Prime and what he's doing at Jackson State. So we all know what Coach Prime has done in his playing career, and he's bringing a lot of attention to the SWAC. But yeah, no, it's different just because, you know, moving leagues. MEAC is, you know, it doesn't have as many teams as the SWAC, but you know, a lot of good good sports programs. You know, football is really good. Basketball, I think in the SWAC is really, really good. So I'm excited about the move, man. I think it's a challenge, but it's an opportunity to kind of change the culture here and to get this program back to winning, man. Hadn't had a winning season here in a while. So, you know, I think that's my job, and it's the reason why I was hired to try to turn this thing around.
Especially the turnaround you did for South Carolina State in 1 year. You know what I mean? That was the best season in a while for South Carolina State. So
yeah, and like I said, man, it goes back to the administration that's there. They gave me support, came in, and then, you know, I was able to recruit some young men to come in last year. And like I said, to try to change the culture, you know, come in the year before I got there, they had won one game, was one of the worst teams in America. And we was able to find a way to win 15. But it just goes back to the hard work those guys bought in and what I was preaching. And so hopefully I can get the same thing done here.
All right, well, let me just say I appreciate that. And I can speak for Wole too. We're MEAC guys, okay? We graduated from MEAC school. And when I was in school and prior to that, South Carolina State was so good. But anyway, you already moved on from that. We went there. Now, your introductory press conference at Alabama State, you immediately talked about, tomorrow I'm getting to work. We starting to recruit, and we're going to hit the ground running. How was recruiting? And also, I'm looking at your non-conference schedule. Man, how did you pull that off? You got some tough games, some good games though, good schools.
Yeah. No doubt. Yeah, recruiting is good. You know, and came in, and you know, when I took the job, you know, it just like, you know, the landscape of college basketball, really athletics now is that, you know, this transfer portal. So when I got the job, before I stepped on campus, I had, you know, 10 guys that was from the former team that jumped in the transfer portal. So, you know, I had to try to convince a couple guys to come back. So you know how that works. But I basically we got a brand new team. So we're going to start from scratch, and we're going to try to lay this foundation of what we're trying to do. And I think that's the best way to do it. You know, let's come in and make, you know, recruit guys that you think want to try to play the style you want to play, be the type of players you want to be on and off the court. And so now we're excited about those guys. And you're right about this schedule, man. But ain't that, you know, you guys know, man, HBCU, you got to go get these money games.
Got to.
You know, and that's the part that's so tough that people don't understand, man, that, you know, for our 13 non-conference games, you know, we're only going to have, you know, one game at home. And then of those 13 non-conference games, 11 of them are money games, you know, meaning where somebody's going to pay us money to come play them, you know, so those are tough, man. So that's when you have to, you got to be mentally tough. You got to have these guys ready to play, because you're going to have to, you know, play a lot of games on the road, man. And, you know, in college basketball, like no other sport, man, when you go on the road, before that ball is tipped, you're down 10 before the game starts, just because of how college basketball is. So, you know, we got a lot of work to do, but we understand it, you know, so we know what it is. We're not going to cry about it. You know, we're going to find a way to go on the road and see if we can steal one or two.
Coach, you mentioned, like, you know, your foundation trying to base there. So what are some of your foundational goals?
Well, first of all, like I said, to change the culture is about winning, you know, winning. How do you win? You know, and that starts with preparation. I think, you know, these guys from day one, you know, we've been in you know, we got here for summer school, and we've been in school now 3 weeks, just finished our third week. So these guys, you know, they understand what it takes to work, you know, because we're really pushing these guys, man. We're conditioning, you know, we're weights, you know, we're doing team workout, we're doing skill work. So now it's about the grind, you know, and getting the grind and finding out, hey, man, who can push through these tough days, because it's some tough days, because like I said, they're trying to learn me. I'm trying to learn them. So we're working every day, man, just to try to build this culture. But the biggest thing that I'm about, man, is toughness. You know, mental toughness, man. I'm big on that, how hard we play. I tell our guys every day, that's going to be our identity. You know, our identity is going to be, man, that team really plays hard. If I hear that from other coaches and from other teams, then I think I'm doing my job.
All right, so there's another Madlock that's on the roster, correct?
Yes, sir.
How is that going to benefit the rest of the team, considering he knows what you are expecting? He knows the game plan. How can your son be beneficial in making this a winning program at Alabama State?
Yeah, you're right about that, because, you know, we talk about it all the time. You know, I brought 3 guys with me off my staff from South Carolina State, and then my son. So those are the only guys that's in this program that know me, that know, you know, how I'm going to coach, how to react to me. So they're trying to learn me, like I said earlier. I'm trying to learn them. But my son is kind of that bridge. You know, he's that guy to say, hey, man, don't worry about some of this stuff he's saying. Don't, you know, take it for what it's worth. Let it come in one ear, process it, and let it go out the other. Because I coach these guys pretty hard. And but the thing about it, I think the reason I can coach them hard is because I think they know that it's all about love. I just want to win, and it's about love. So So I think, yeah, no, he's gonna be a big ambassador of what I'm trying to do on trying to make sure these guys understand, what I'm saying.
So
Yeah,
coach,
so
go Ray,
okay,
go Ray. I'm sorry, go Ray.
I just want to say real quick as a follow-up, it seemed like it was a extensive search for Alabama State, and when they finally got you, I saw the student body came together. They're like, man, we got a tough coach. I don't know how these young guys go respond to him. So I think that's awesome for college, though. And once you start to win and you gain that discipline, it's effective. But do you at times say to yourself, you know what, let me ease up a bit on these guys, or you only know one way and that's the way you go, and that's how
Yeah,
you're gonna do it?
yeah, I think I only know one way. I've learned, I think I've learned, but being an assistant coach, man, for 25 years before, the last 2 years, I know, I think I know how to turn it off, to turn it down a little
Okay.
bit. Because like I said, man, being an assistant coach, you're always been that guy that's got to kind of smooth stuff out, as being an assistant coach. So now, I think sometimes that, when I go hard or, I'm after these guys, but like I said, I think they're going to respond to it because they know it's out of a place of love and just want to win. I'm never going, I tell them all the time, it's never personal.
Yeah.
It's never personal. And so but thing about it, as we recruit, my staff knows that, when they're talking to a high school coach, an AAU coach, a junior college coach, the first thing is, first, is he coachable and can he be coached hard? Because that's going to happen here. I mean, if you play for me, you're going to be coached hard. But if that comes into winning, then I think the guys want that, especially because we haven't done it. So now we got to find a way. So whatever works, let's find a way to do it so we can win.
Well, coach, the good thing is that you have the resume. You see, they can see the turnaround you did at South Carolina State, and in the college game and college basketball. I mean, you know this and you experienced it. Kids want to win. Like there's no when they're together, they want to win. They don't want to lose. Yeah. You know what I mean? They're competitors. When you get to the NBA game, everything changes to a certain extent, but they want to win too. But it changes to a certain extent. But in college, they just want to win.
No doubt. No doubt. And you're right about that. And so hopefully that's what these guys are about, because that's all we talk about. It's crazy. I know I sound like a broken record to my guys, but it's all about winning. How can we win? How can we turn this program? Because losing is not fun. When you start a season off, man, and you're 0 for this, and you still trying to preach to these guys and trying to get them to be bought in and stay locked in, it's hard. At South Carolina State this past year, man, we started the year off, we were 0-5. 0-5, and you trying to figure out, man, hey, what am I doing? Because it's my first coaching job. You're trying to figure out, hey, man, am I pushing the right buttons? But I've been taught, man, by a lot of really good coaches that I've worked under, and that's the stay the course. Stay the course. And that's what we did, man. We was, like I said, able to turn that thing around.
So I know you talk about this being sort of a new roster, but I'm just looking around on social media. It's some buzz about this roster. What are you excited about with the guys that you have on this team this upcoming year? And is there anybody that you necessarily want to shout out? Or maybe you could just say, you know what, this guy's working hard. I expect big things from him this year.
Yeah, and it's really the whole team right now. Like I told you, man, I'm still trying to learn these guys, but the returning guys, guys I'm really proud of that. First of all, they stuck with it to try to stay here and try to help build this culture and its winning tradition, get this winning tradition back at Alabama State. So I'm proud of those guys. I mean, all my newcomers, because I signed a couple D1 transfers, I got a JUCO guy. Actually 2 JUCO guys. I got 3 high school kids. So I think I got a really good mix of what you got to try to do. And I think all of them are buying in right now. And I'm proud of them, man, because they're working their behinds off. And that's all I want them to do, man. Work, man. We worked out this morning. We had a 5 a.m. lift this morning. Guys are getting some shots up now. We'll, go to class, go to academic practice today, come back and we'll do conditioning this afternoon. And then tomorrow, we'll come in, we'll get it early in the morning because it's a football Saturday for here. So it's our first home football game. So we'll work out, we'll do a team workout in the morning early, let these guys then come back and tailgate and let these guys, enjoy college, man. So, hey, we're grinding right now, man, but these guys are working and I'm excited about them.
Hey, coach, do you ever, I mean, I'm not going to say new school folks, new school ballers, but do you ever show these kids some of the old school ballers just to get them, to work on their game or this, that, and the other? I would say everybody watch James Harden, a little, step back travel, but
Yeah.
they watch, do you give them the new school ballers, back in the day, Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, everybody knows Michael Jordan, but
yeah.
Larry Bird, some folks like that?
No doubt, because we do a lot of comps, man. So as you're talking to your guy and you talking about, hey man, I need you to play like this, or you may send a guy something from Chris Paul. You may send some guys, like you said, from Magic, from Stockton. You know what I'm saying? Carl Malone, the mailman. So yeah, because I'm like I said, I'm an old school guy. So yeah, I send them that stuff, and we talk about it all the time, man. And they call me old, but you know, it's part of it.
It's all good, man. When I coached ball, I used to get with the best player at 32, Magic Johnson number all the time. They're like, I don't want Magic. I don't want LeBron.
I watched
don't
Ralph
want this. Nah, you get
Sampson.
Magic. Forget
I watched
Steph,
Ralph
you get Magic.
Sampson, Wilt Chamberlain. I watch all the older school guys, man. Back when centers actually mattered. I love that game. Anyway, sorry.
Exactly.
Yeah, do you coach up the centers to be in the block and not shoot threes?
Yeah, no, well, listen, you don't have to give them, you got to throw them a carry and a bone every now and then now.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, like you said, it's new school. But like I love a 4 or 5 man that you can give it to them on the block and say, man, go give me a bucket.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm so with you. So, Coach, before we let you go, I mean, you went from the MEAC to the SWAC. Obviously, you love coaching at HBCU. So, what does coaching at a HBCU mean to you?
Man, and it's crazy because, you know, before I went to South Carolina State, of course, I've been in some high major programs, you know, from Memphis to Auburn, Ole Miss, and those, you know, high major programs, the best of the best, you know, great facilities, you know, unlimited resources, you know, how you travel, all those things. So now, you know, I go to South Carolina State, and, you know, it's different, you know, but I went in knowing exactly what it was going to be, and I had no problem with that. But being around us every single day, you know what I mean? It felt different, man. It felt different, you know, pulling on campus and you know, going to the administration building and seeing us work and seeing our young men and women walking around campus and you know, having that HBCU across your chest, man, it's nothing like it, man. And then of course, you know, last year was my first HBCU homecoming, you know, because like I said, you know, and tailgating. And, you know, like I said, you talk about, you know, at Ole Miss, they talk about the Grove, and that tailgate off the chain is big time. You know, Auburn tailgate, Memphis tailgate, all those high level programs, especially when you talk about football, you know, big time tailgate. But it's nothing like an HBCU tailgate, and it's nothing like an HBCU homecoming. And I told all my friends after the homecoming last year, I like, hey man, you guys have no idea, you know, who have never been. So I was really excited about that, man. Like I said, just being around us and you know, going on the road, man, and that band is in the stands, you know, with the majorettes and making noise, and it just makes a different environment, man. That it was really fun, man. I really enjoyed it, and that's what I'm proud to be part of HBCU family.
Well, Coach, thanks for being on HBCU Corner. Also, man, thanks for being a part of this HBCU buzz. You know what I mean? Like Ray said, you're bringing buzz to Alabama State. So thank you for being a part of the whole culture, the whole change, the whole momentum of what's going on.
Man, I appreciate you guys, man. And like I said, man, I look forward to talking to you guys again, man. Hopefully, man, you guys come down, check a game out, whatever we need to do, man. Come hang out with us, man.
That's the plan. We trying to go on tour.
We're gonna do a whole tour, Coach.
You need to, man.
That's on the list.
It's nothing like, man, Montgomery, the city, and like I said, Alabama State, man, the fans support is great, man, and they really, really love their school here. So, man, I'm excited about it.
Well, thanks again, Coach. We appreciate it.
All right, peace.